Welcome. We're at the Javits Center, and this is home to the New York International Auto Show. I'm Ernie Shimizi for WVVH-TV.
The 10th generation, the next civic concept.
A lot of excitement here at Kia for the unveiling of the new Kia Optima.
The New York International Auto Show.
In the beginning, there was the New York International Auto Show, and in the beginning, there was Ford.
That's it.
I'm with Paul Seredinsky. Paul, New York International Auto Show, Ford, you guys have so much that you have to offer.
Yeah, we got a ton going on this year. Ernie, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. So we're here at the Ford stand here at Javits in Manhattan. We're standing right next to the 2015 Ford Focus. So this is the Ford Focus ST. We've got an all-new Focus for this year, and also here at the show we have the Ford Focus RS, which is the sort of the ultra high performance version of the Focus.
Ford Focus, I mean, it leads in so many categories.
It does global car, best-selling nameplate on the planet. It's a global car, and because it's a global car, we can bring versions like the ST, and for the first time ever in America, coming to America via New York, is the new Focus RS.
All right, let's show our viewers what you get when you buy a Ford Focus. I mean, you guys have created a vehicle that has safety features and a lot more.
Yep, safety galore.
I'm going to open up the door for Greg to take a look inside.
Yep, so this is the new Focus ST. This is the 2015 Focus. So you see basically all new interior, all new dashboard, you know, great electronics. This car will get Sync 3 in 2016, so that's our new entertainment system, and just tons of technology, tons of features, and of course we have an EcoBoost powertrain lineup in here. So our EcoBoost engine, smaller, powerful, but more efficient. So fun. It's still fun to drive, but great fuel economy.
You did not leave anything out.
I hope not. It's a great car.
Safety in particular.
Yep, safety in particular. Highest crash ratings on these cars, you know, and just we have great technology on these cars. Our side curtain airbags, stability control, traction control, all available on the Focus.
Okay, so we're going around the world in Ford in 2 minutes or less. Look at this fantastic vehicle here. What are we looking at?
This is the all-new Ford Raptor. So the Ford Raptor is based on the F-150 pickup truck, and so this is the Raptor that will debut next year for Ford. We showed this it debuted in Detroit in January. So this is a new ultra-high performance version of the F-150 pickup truck. It actually has a dedicated frame. This vehicle gets its own dedicated frame. The Raptor gets its own frame separate from the F-150. Plus, of course, lightweighting. It's got an aluminum body, that high-strength military-grade aluminum, just like the regular F-150. So that frame combined with that aluminum body, it's over 500 pounds lighter than the last version, and gets a new EcoBoost engine, the new 3.5-liter twin-turbo EcoBoost V6. So this thing's going to be a rocket ship.
Following in that tradition of the F-150, we know people who've had them for years and years. This is starting a whole new...
Absolutely. The Raptor started its own segment. It started the high-performance pickup truck segment, and then we're the only player in the segment. Now we're on our second generation. We still got people trying to follow us, but yeah, people that own Raptors, they love them. It's kind of sort of created its own cult following.
Okay, now, wouldn't be an auto show without a turntable, and for Ford to be represented on a turntable. What are we looking at here?
This is the all-new Ford GT. This is our new carbon fiber supercar. It's a two-seater coupe. It's got the semi-gull-wing doors. It's a mid-engine car, rear-wheel drive. It has a new 3.5-liter twin-turbo 3.5 EcoBoost, over 600 horsepower. And just so you know, this is not a concept car. This is the new Ford GT. So even though it's spinning on a turntable here and it looks like concept cars that people got to show, this is not a concept car.
Which you never see.
Yeah, you're looking at it. This is the new Ford GT.
Wow, wow. And so this is available in dealerships at some point?
We're going to start building this the end of next year. We're not going to build a lot of them. We've said we're only going to build 250 of them a year, and that's for the whole globe. So this will be a very exclusive product. But you know, this car, it's all about innovation for Ford. Aerodynamics, lightweighting, EcoBoost power. It's basically made almost entirely out of carbon fiber. An incredible car, and you look at the aerodynamics on it. Just look at the shape. You can tell what that thing's going to be doing with the wind. You know, to increase performance and stability, and a heck of a car. And of course, EcoBoost, over 600 horsepower out of the EcoBoost.
I've never seen anything like this.
No one has. No one has. And because it's made out of carbon fiber, you can make it look like that. You look at the wings, those flying buttresses on the back. You can't make that and get the kind of strength and performance out of regular materials. You have to go to lightweight materials like carbon fiber. And so, you know, we're learning about carbon fiber through this, so we can develop that technology and get it into the rest of our product lineup.
Isn't there anything that Ford can't do? I mean, you guys cover every aspect of the market.
Yeah, we say, you know, right, have a good plan, keep it simple, and stick to it. We've got a one Ford plan. We're going to be bringing great products to the whole world, and that's what we're doing. This is the pinnacle of our new Ford Performance Group here, the Ford GT.
Fantastic. All right, I've got to downshift a little bit because that's at such a high level. This Fiesta is something that is within the grasp of anyone who's out there.
Absolutely. So we've got the whole Ford Performance lineup here, everything from the Fiesta ST, which we're looking at right here, to the Ford GT. We're just talking about that. Right, for around $20,000, you can buy one of the funnest cars on the planet. It's one of the best reviewed cars we've ever made. It's so entertaining, and it's just a blast to drive. It's got a little 1.6 liter EcoBoost engine in it. It makes about 200 horsepower. It's a hoot. It's literally just a blast to drive. And that's the thing. Ford says we power choice, right? We get choice for everybody. Everything from a $20,000 Fiesta up to a carbon fiber supercar, we got you covered.
Wow. Paul, if we didn't sell something to one of our viewers, given the selection of what we have here, I think they haven't been watching these past few minutes.
We got a great lineup. We're just happy to have you guys here, and go check them out. You know, you'll be seeing these stuff in your dealership soon, and so go take a drive and smile.
Here at the New York International Auto Show, I'm with Maggie. And Maggie, you're going to introduce us to the Mirai.
That's right. So this is the Toyota Mirai. It is a zero-emission, hydrogen-powered fuel cell vehicle. It has a 300-mile range, and you refuel with hydrogen in just 5 minutes, and you're on your way. So again, that's zero emissions, completely environmentally friendly. And the vehicle will be available in California starting in the fall, and in the Northeast states in 2016.
When people talk about what's new at the International Auto Show, this really is at the top. all of the features and everything that you've incorporated in this Toyota. Could we give our viewers a little bit of a tour?
Certainly. So if you'd like to step forward with me, again, it is a 4-seater. It's a luxury sedan. It comes one way, fully loaded at $57,500. If you take a look inside, the interior is amazing. It looks more like a Lexus interior. It has features like JBL surround sound speakers, navigation, a hydrogen station navigation system. You would also have Qi wireless charging for your cell phone, which is very cool new technology, and advanced safety features like lane keep assist, pre-collision system, blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert, backup camera, parking assist sonar, and more. There's a lot of really amazing features.
Features that we've been doing this auto show for a number of years, but 2 years ago that wasn't present. This is all new.
That's right, it's all new, and the goal is to make sure that you are safe in your vehicle and you get to your destination comfortably and safely.
Well, Toyota is such a great manufacturer, and to bring something like this, the Mirai, to the auto show is something that people have to see, have to experience, because it's a car and more. But you have more to show us also.
We sure do. And in terms of our fuel cell technology, we've been working on this since 1992. So it's over 22 years of development on this vehicle. If you take a look over here, we have our chassis of our fuel cell vehicle. So starting from the back, you can see that we have 2 carbon fiber reinforced tanks. Those contain the hydrogen. In the center, we have a fuel cell stack. That fuel cell stack has 370 fuel cells that are all stacked up like books on a bookshelf, and that's your power generator. That's what generates the electricity to power the car. And then a boost converter and an electric motor and a power control unit. So there's no combustion engine on this vehicle. It's a purely electric drive, but it also has elements of our hybrid synergy drive, our regenerative braking battery, and our power control unit and the electric motor.
So this is a cutout of the Mirai.
Yes.
Is there any gas tank in any of this?
Yes, so those 2 cylinders right there are the hydrogen tanks. So those store hydrogen, so that would be your tank. So when you go to the gas station, it only takes about 5 minutes to fill up those 2 tanks, and that gives you a 300-mile range.
300-mile range. So you have hydrogen tank for hydrogen fill-up.
That's right.
But regular gas?
No, it does not take any gasoline.
I see battery back there.
Yes, so that's a regenerative braking battery. So every time you step on the brake, it charges that battery. It just gives you an additional power source.
So this is a step in a whole new direction.
Yes, and there's one more thing that's so fascinating about this car I'd like to point out. This vehicle generates so much electricity that you can actually power your home with the car.
How does that happen?
Yeah, so it's a feature called Power Takeoff. It would be an option available in the future. So basically what happens is if you lose power in your home, you would be able to actually plug the Toyota Mirai into your house, and the vehicle generates enough electricity to power your home for up to a week.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Yeah, it could be life-saving in some cases.
Wow. Well, whole step in a whole new direction.
That's right.
As we look at it, the Mirai.
The Mirai.
Maggie, show us more.
All right. Should we take a walk over here?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So again, we're at the Toyota display here at the New York International Auto Show. And right this way, we have one of my favorite vehicles on the show floor. It's our FV2. It is a future mobility concept vehicle. Right here in front of us. So this vehicle showcases where Toyota could go in the future. It's not necessarily something that we have in production anytime soon, but it kind of gives you an idea of where Toyota could take us that would allow you to connect physically and emotionally with your vehicle. So on a physical level, in order to drive it, you could operate it standing or sitting, and you would simply shift your body weight forward, backward, left, and right in order to move the car. In terms of connecting emotionally with the vehicle can check your temperature and your pulse, and it can get to know your personality. So if you get in the car and you're having a bad day, the car can realize that and suggest your favorite destination or your favorite song.
So it's actually like cued into your mind, your body?
Yes.
The steering wheel?
There's no steering wheel. It all just moves intuitively with your body. And you you can also customize the exterior. You could project a photo or have it say something or change the graphics to match your mood and whatever you're feeling that day.
And that plays off the side of the vehicle.
That's correct.
This is unbelievable.
I know.
mean, this is like going into a whole other direction.
It's a lot of fun.
Now, what is this?
So this is the Toyota iRoad. So the iRoad is very interesting. It is, again, another personal vehicle. So you can actually fit 2 people inside of it, but it's an electric car. It has a range of about 30 miles, top speed about 40 miles per hour. This vehicle actually is in production. It will be part of ride-sharing programs in Europe and Asia. And it's really amazing because it's the first vehicle of its kind that has rear wheel steering. So it steers with the back wheel, and it also has active lean technology. So it leans into turns. It's really fun to drive. I've actually gotten to drive it. It's really exciting.
Toyota's planning ahead, but I'd be remiss if we didn't stop by and say hello to the Corolla. Because our viewers know those great brands, so let's take a look.
Let's do it. Yeah, the Corolla is actually the best-selling car in the history of the world. Isn't that amazing?
Yes.
Yes.
And everyone has had a Corolla or knows someone who has one.
It's such a reliable vehicle. It's so durable. Here's a beautiful red one. This is a new color for us in the Corolla. This is a special edition model. The Corolla starts at about $16,800. We remodeled it in 2014, and it comes from Blue Springs, Mississippi. So it's built here in the U.S.
Built in the U.S.
That's right.
Toyota is so well represented here at the New York International Auto Show. Thank you, Maggie, for giving us this look. We invite our viewers to come on down, see Maggie, and see what's being offered here at the New York International Auto Show.
The New York International Auto Show.
Cadillac, what more do you have to say? This is Lyndon Lee, who's with Cadillac, and Cadillac, there's been so much buzz about what you guys are bringing here to the New York International Auto Show, but I think you were part of that first New York International Auto Show way back when.
No, I wasn't. I'm actually relatively new coming into Cadillac as a chief engineer, and this is our new entry, and I'm very proud to be the spokesman here.
Wow.
One of our spokesmen, introducing it to the New York Auto Show and to the public for the first time.
The title Chief Engineer of Cadillac.
A chief engineer for this car.
Wow.
So it's all my baby. And it's a nice baby, I think.
Well, please.
So this is our new intro. This is our top-of-the-line flagship car that we're rolling out. It's moving Cadillac up in the market to position it against the BMW and the Audi and Mercedes, the 5 and 7 series on the BMW side. It's bigger than the CTS, 8 inches longer, but it weighs the same. It gets excellent fuel economy, and it has the most advanced powertrain, most advanced electronics of any of the Cadillacs we've done to date. It right now, as is shown here with our premium model, has active rear steer, has all-wheel drive, twin-turbo V6 engine. Excellent fuel economy because of the mass. We've taken a lot of mass out, but at the same time we focused on comfort. The interior is very, very quiet. You can sit in the back and hear people whispering in the front. But at the same time, we put engine power in there that the people want, the customers want. The ride and handling is there. Active suspension, active rear steer. Like I said, all-wheel drive. The car handles superbly. It can take anything you can throw at it.
You know what really impresses me is the great logo symbol of Cadillac as you come face on to this beautiful new redesign.
Yeah, and this is the new Cadillac logo that we brought out last year, kind of moving it up into the modern era, taking the wreath off of there, making it more appealing to younger buyers. And this is the face of the new Cadillac right here. Low hoods, nice clean emblems, nice cut lines. and just keeping it very sleek, keeping it in line with the other Cadillacs we've done recently.
The evolution of Cadillac. Could we take a look inside, see what it looks like?
What we've done on the car is do a long straight dash instead of the traditional instrument cluster down the center or center stack with the displays in the center. We've taken a long direct horizontal theme here. We have a brand new cluster with a true black, so when the car's at night you don't see any shadowing or anything. It really looks black and very theatrical. In the middle we have a 10.2-inch touchscreen, which is the largest right now in the industry. We have the latest Q system, better than what's in the market today. We've gone to the next generation Q, which is our HMI interface to radio, nav, all the features, all the apps. We have 4G Wi-Fi in the car. You can see the 20-way leather seats here. Heated and cooled, massage, everything you want here. And
it's also a Cadillac. It has everything.
It has everything.
Fantastic.
This one is our premium model. It does not have a rear seat entertainment package, but in the platinum models, you get a rear seat entertainment where the screen deploys out of the back of the seat. We have on the platinum we have rear slouch seats, which can recline and tilt and heat and cool and massage as well.
Now, Lyndon, what are the latest safety features? Everyone is talking about the advent of the backup camera, but it's gone beyond that.
This car's gone beyond that. We have the traditional backup camera. We also have a front camera. So when you get close to an object, the front camera will show you how close you're getting to a bumper. I know that's very important parking here in New York. So you can see how close you get in the front and the rear. Also, we have 360-degree camera. So you can actually look at the screen and park your car without looking outside. I don't recommend it, and we're not supposed to recommend it, but you can do it. And you can make sure you're right in your spot exactly where you want to be. So that's some of the new technology from the camera side, but we also have full-speed cruise control, radar based. It will follow the car in front of you at the set distance. It will slow your car down, it will stop you, and it will resume when that car in front of you takes off.
Cadillac has it all. And congratulations to you. You're the man who designed this model. And again, we're looking at
This is the CT6, all new 2016 CT6.
For our viewers, check out the CT6 here at the New York International Auto Show. Here at Cadillac, we're with Jim Verpillet, who's the global marketing director.
Yeah.
Wow.
Director, same thing.
Wow, for Cadillac.
Yeah. Great job, isn't it?
Oh my God, I want that job, but I'm stuck in broadcasting.
Yeah, there you go.
But this is the Escalade.
This is the Escalade.
Everyone is talking about the Escalade. Unbelievable what you brought here to the New York International Auto Show.
You know what, Escalade for us at Cadillac, it's iconic. It's a brand and a name that easily recognized. Everybody kind of knows the Escalade, and with this latest generation Escalade, the fourth generation Escalade that we introduced last year to the marketplace, has just been red hot with consumers. Our dealers can't keep them in stock. It's the #1 selling large luxury SUV in the industry, which is great.
Now, what I've been hearing from all of those major publications that are now here covering the auto show is it rides tight, it rides small. They keep mentioning that. Could we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we use a system called magnetic ride control. It's a system that we had patented at GM and Cadillac, and what it allows you to do is read the road in milliseconds. So at 0 to 60, if you're going 60 miles an hour, it will read the road every inch and then modify the suspension. So if you're driving at a little, twisty roads, it tightens the suspension up. If it's kind of a straight road, it's nice and soft and compliant. So it feels like you're driving a much smaller car, and then we super tuned the interior to be very quiet. So
speaking of the interior,
which is absolutely beautiful, by the way.
Cadillac does it right. You guys, the quality and comfortable. It's amazing.
Well, you know, one of the things that we're proud of is everything you see on the interior is authentic. So if it's suede, it's suede. You know, it's real wood. It's hand-stitched, cut and sewn. Each piece of that leather is cut and sewn together and stretched over the material. And so you get a very finely tuned, crafted feel of the interior. And I think, you know, this beautiful wood and the amount of time spent on selecting each one of the wood trims.
I could tell you're proud of it.
I'm proud of it. I love driving this vehicle.
And this is the Platinum?
This is the Platinum edition, so this sits at the top of the range of Escalade.
Escalade is the biggest in its class, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, this is magnificent. For our viewers that come to the New York International Auto Show, stop by Cadillac.
You know, experience Escalade. Just sit in it and just, you know, it's one of those iconic vehicles. It's comfortable, it's nice to drive, and it's just full of luxury features.
Now, you and I were joking a little bit because I said to you, in the Hamptons, this is the perfect Hamptons car because it gives you all the benefits. But you said you hear that in other parts of the country also.
You know, any place that there's a well-to-do community that enjoys luxury, they like the Escalade. So I was just down in Texas, and there's some communities in oil money down there that really enjoy it. You know, in Detroit, anywhere. The Escalade is really the king of the category when it comes to luxury SUVs.
Well, thank you, Jim, for giving us this opportunity to share the Escalade with our viewers.
Well, enjoy, and come on down to the show. For anybody that wants to come to the show, this is a great show. It's one of the best in the world. I go to all of them. You've got a gem here in New York. Experience the show. It's a great time to be a car buyer.
Everywhere I'm going, people are talking about, you got to go to Chevy Malibu. Chevy Malibu. You got to go there. You got to check out what Chevy's brought to the New York International Auto Show. I'm with Steve Majoris, and Steve, you're the man in the know.
Well, I hope so, but it certainly is big news for Chevrolet. The 2016 all-new Malibu is a phenomenal product, doing great in the marketplace for us today, but with this next generation, we've brought advancements in safety, technology, performance, that will really revolutionize the mid-car segment.
At a very good price.
Well, we're not commenting on pricing, but Chevrolet has always been known to deliver tremendous value in the marketplace, and we don't see any reason that that would be different with this car right here.
All right, let's take a look.
Sure.
This is the Chevy Malibu. And it's a beautiful size. I mean,
well,
this
vehicle is bigger than its predecessor. So this vehicle is got a 4-inch longer wheelbase, which enables much more dramatic styling. It is 2 inches longer. It's actually the longest and the lowest car in the segment, so it's got tremendous driving dynamics and proportion. On the inside and the outside, it really brings together the best of the Chevrolet design theme. So you see the dual cockpit design on the inside, as well as the overall design theme from the front all the way through the rear. Very strong proportion, a rear deck lid that goes back into the rear of the car. It's just a phenomenal piece of engineering and a beautifully designed car.
Now, Malibu has a proud tradition in the world of automobiles here in the United States, and to redesign it, you're bringing it up to 2016 and beyond.
Absolutely. You know, Malibu does, as you mentioned, has a tremendous heritage in the marketplace. People love the Malibu. They love the Malibu name. And to bring this interpretation of the car out to market, we're extremely proud of it. And it really is emblematic of the Chevrolet design vision moving forward, but it retains the character of what made Malibu so great.
What comment about the safety features? Because that seems to be the latest addition in great brands like yours.
No doubt. You know, I say that Malibu brings the entire kitchen sink of what General Motors and candidly the industry can bring when it comes to safety technology. Active and passive safety technology features. You know, a couple, for instance, one, teen driver. So we're all concerned about family. Malibu is a great family car. So a technology called Teen Driver enables parents to understand through information delivered through the car about the performance characteristics of the way their child has been driving. Even little things like if the child's driving and the two front occupants are not belted, the radio volume won't work. So little things like that that make it really unique, that helps parents and kids talk about safe driving practices.
It's amazing, the evolution of what's happened in your industry.
Well, to think what was not even possible 5 years ago, and now what our fantastic product development and engineering community can bring to us with, again, both active and safety passive features, tremendous.
We invite our viewers, come to the New York International Auto Show and stop by, look at all the great Chevrolets, but the Malibu is above and beyond what you guys have created. Great American ingenuity.
It certainly is. I'm extremely proud to be a part of the Chevrolet team and represent all the hard work of our design, engineering, and manufacturing men and women that have brought forward the 2016 Chevy Malibu.
The Chevrolet Corvette is well represented here at the New York International Auto Show. Stay with us. You're watching WVVH-TV's coverage of the New York International Auto Show here at the Javits Center. We love stopping by Kia, and this is Scott McKee. And Scott, this is an amazing time for your company and what you've brought here to the New York International Auto Show.
Well, Kia's been growing by leaps and bounds over the last 5 years. We're one of the fastest moving car companies in the world, and we really made a huge leap forward last year when we launched our all-new Kia K900, which is our first luxury flagship sedan. It's a rear-wheel drive, 420 horsepower V8 engine. Yep.
K900.
The K900, and it is, you know, a fantastic vehicle to drive. Very, very luxurious inside, Napa leather, and you know, a terrific sound system, and it's just vault quiet inside. I mean, literally like a library inside there when you're driving.
When you guys made the step to create a luxury line, it was something that was planned for a number of years. When you made that, you knew where you were going and where you wanted to be in that line.
Right, and when you're going up against Mercedes-Benz and BMW and Audi and so forth, Lexus, you have to bring your A game. We knew that, and we really did with the K900. It's a really legitimate competitor in the premium luxury segment. So 7 Series, S-Class, A7, and so forth, Lexus LS, and this vehicle is about $20,000 less expensive than those, but it has, really all of the trappings of a full-size luxury sedan.
Let's talk about that. Safety is the word these days, but safety features, could we talk a little bit about that?
Sure. Advanced smart cruise control, which can bring the vehicle to a complete stop, lane change, or blind spot detection, surround view monitor, all kinds of features that will help the driver feel more secure and safe. This is really a game changer for our brand as well, because as you know, Kia was long known for affordability.
Yes.
And while this vehicle does come at a significant discount over its competitors, it was a little bit of a leap of faith for Kia to be able to bring a premium luxury sedan to the market. But if we knew that we had to do that in order to bring new people into our brand. So people who have never considered Kia before now have, and they've come into our dealerships because of this vehicle. They may or may not buy this vehicle. They may end up buying the Optima, such as what we're going to be unveiling today, global unveiling of the all-new Optima. But the K900 really made people sit up and take notice, including LeBron James. LeBron James actually contacted us and said, "Hey, I saw the Super Bowl commercial. I'd like to drive that car." So we loaned him a car, and then we started a conversation from there. He really liked the car after he drove it, and he said, "I would like to do a deal with you guys."
Now, LeBron is someone who can have whatever he wants.
Yep, and he's a car collector too.
Fantastic.
Yep, he's a car collector, and he has two K900s now, and he even customized one. So there's the King James edition of the K900.
Oh, that is unbelievable. It's what you guys are about. You really work at it. But I would be remiss. Here we're looking at the K900, but across the way I see the Sedona, and everyone knows the Kia Sedona. Can we take a quick look?
Sure, absolutely. Yep, so the Sedona was all new last year as well, and this was really the vehicle that finished off what we refer to as our design-led transformation. So in 2009, we hired Peter Schreier as our Chief Design Officer, and we hired him away from Audi. And that was the beginning of this design-led transformation, which started off with the Kia Soul.
Look at that door, that's so cool.
Yep, it's just the styling is really making people sit up and take notice of Kia. Look at the front especially, it's much more SUV-like, it's very bold and muscular, and then we have, this is an EX version, so this is the slide and stow seating that we have in the back, but if you get the SX Limited edition, we actually have first class seating in here with a footrest that comes out, and they can slide inboard and outboard, forward and backward, so it really cossets you in the lap of luxury in there.
I mentioned this last year, so forgive me for repeating myself, but the feel of a Kia when you close the door is beyond. Is beyond. I mean, this is amazing. So there's room for removable. The seats move. Yeah, it allows for more cargo.
This was very deliberate design, because we looked at a lot of the other competitors in the segment, and they require you to remove the seats if you want to convert this into a cargo hauler. The problem is those seats can weigh up to 70 pounds, and then what do you do with them when you take them out of the vehicle?
Yes.
So rather than require you to do that, they came up with this very innovative technology where it slides forward and it sort of hugs right up against the front seats, and then you have every bit as much space as the other competitors in the segment without ever having to lift that seat out of the vehicle.
The innovation that comes out of Kia is something to behold. We invite all of our viewers, come check out Kia before you make a decision. Check out all the line.
Absolutely.
And consider what Kia is doing. And I know you have some big unveils occurring later today.
That's right. We'll have the all-new Optima. The 2016 Optima will be its global debut here at 120 on our stand. And people will be able to come and see everything throughout the public days. The public show opens on Friday, so we encourage everybody to come on out and have a look. We'll have lots and lots of cars here and people to tell you all about them.
The New York International Auto Show.
we've got something cool for you. And this is a cool guy. This is Miles Johnson, and this is Hyundai.
Yeah.
And Hyundai has some stuff that I haven't seen on any of the other product lines. Tell us what we're looking at.
Well, this is the Tucson fuel cell vehicle. It's the first production-based fuel cell vehicle in the world, so it rolls off an assembly line, and what it does is it runs on hydrogen. So you're using hydrogen gas to make electricity to drive it like an electric car. So it drives like an electric car, but it runs on hydrogen. You're using hydrogen to produce the electricity. So it has a range about 260 miles, and the infrastructure of stations that carry hydrogen is increasing slowly. Southern California is where we sell this vehicle right now.
Which is where you're from?
Yes, which is where I'm from. So, but in terms of what's going on in the industry, in terms of being environmentally friendly, we feel this is a really good solution.
Let's take a little bit inside, but I wanted to follow up. You were going to say something, and I didn't mean to cut you off here. We want our viewers to see this.
So inside, the beauty of this vehicle is it handles just like any other Tucson that we sell. When we first introduced the fuel cell technology, we had large tanks in the back, lots of components and things that would compromise the vehicle a little bit. It would make strange noises and things like that. Now it just drives like any other electric vehicle that's on the road, a Tesla or a Nissan Leaf, except you're producing the energy with hydrogen, and all that comes out the tailpipe is water.
Here in New York, hydrogen still hasn't established itself like Southern California.
Yeah. So there's a few stations nearby, but the program we're running in Southern California, you have to qualify. You have to live near a station. You get about a 260-mile range out of this vehicle, which is pretty substantial, but you still need to fill it up. So as the states, and New York as a green state, adopts more and more stations, we'll sell more cars.
Okay,
so here's an example of what's underneath the hood of this car. This is the hydrogen fuel cell stack. So what this does is takes hydrogen gas, runs it through a process, and makes electricity to power the wheels. So really a hydrogen vehicle is an electric vehicle, so you're just making the electricity on board, and that's what this is the stacks that make all that happen.
Wow. I mean, looking at it, I'm accustomed to combustion engines, gasoline engines, and it seems that there's a lot more here.
Yeah, so the biggest change is that from a packaging standpoint, we've been able to put all this stuff underneath the hood now. It used to be it would take up a large area inside the rear hatch there. So there's no compromises for the customer. They can drive this car like any other Tucson that we sell on the marketplace today. So it's a little future technology. It's going to take a little bit of infrastructure change. Stations need to spend about $1 million to start pumping hydrogen if they want to. California is by far the state that has the most stations, but we've got a few stations here in New York, and it's getting off the ground.
Okay, now you're going to show us something that I haven't seen anywhere else.
So the latest technology out there is, you guys have probably all heard about the Apple Watch, right? It's coming. Well, Google and Motorola and Android make watches. So this trend started happening, and we said, well, what can we do with the watch, a smartwatch?
And it's a touch screen?
Yeah, it's a touch screen. So I'm just going to open it up, and I'm going to bring up the Blue Link screen here. And see that Sonata over there? I can flash the lights. It takes about 30 seconds for the signal to process and get down to the car. So this is a feature that you would use if you're lost after a baseball game or something. You can't remember what row you parked. You send a signal to the car and you can flash the lights. So it's pretty amazing. It takes a little bit of time for it to go through.
And what else can it do? Flash the lights?
Well, you guys had a pretty bad winter here in New York, right? I can also do
the lights flashing.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah.
Wow.
So you can also do a remote start. So I'm in my house, my phone might be on the charger charging, but I'm got my watch, so I say, oh, I want to get that snow and ice off the car. I'm going to do a remote start and set the defroster and melt that snow and ice away. So it is a proactive watch, smart watch, that lets you do some cool things before you start your drive. It's not meant to be used while you're inside the car. It does all these kind of neat features. If you lost your car, it can find your car.
Oh, this is fantastic.
So,
you know, Hyundai always, you guys came into this market and you give your customers above and beyond. And the beauty is repeat customers who are Hyundai customers. So to see what you've brought here at the New York International Auto Show is really something.
well, I think we're a very, very progressive brand. We're willing to take risks on hydrogen fuel cell technology, smartwatch technology, and then really adopt that to a brand that brings the price points down market. So that's kind of the philosophy of the company. Company likes to know how to build things and get into new technologies, and they're not afraid to invest in those new technologies. So it's an exciting time to be at Hyundai, and we've got some great new products. This goes up right up against the Tesla and some of those cars that are out there that are getting a lot of publicity. This is a really, really cool product for us.
Well, you guys are industry leaders.
Yeah.
Keep innovating. I can't wait to come back next year and find out what's next. Miles Johnson.
The New York International Auto Show, now through April 12th at the Javits Center. 1 million square feet of spectacular fun, amazing experiences, and over 1,000 incredible cars. Feel the electrifying excitement of the city's most thrilling event, the New York International Auto Show, the largest auto show in the country. Now through April 12th at the Javits Center. Buy tickets at the door or at autoshowny.com.
So many exciting things happening here at Lexus. I'm with Brian Bollane, and Brian, Lexus every year here at the New York International Auto Show, you bring us something special.
We do try, and this year I think we outdid ourselves. We have our new RX here this year, 2016, so we're a few months ahead of introduction, but we're giving you the first preview.
Fantastic, fantastic. behind us is the GSF.
Correct.
Tell us, this was unveiled in Detroit.
In Detroit, right. So this is hot off the press as well. This car will go on sale at the end of the year, same time as the new RX. So the GSF is now the pinnacle of the GS line. 467 horsepower, sport interior, Brembo brakes, just a complete rethink of GS with a complete performance focus.
So what is the philosophy of Lexus? Every car manufacturer has a point of view, how they see themselves. What is Lexus's?
So for our 26 years of life as a brand, you know, we really built this brand on customer service. Customer service, quality, reliability, right? So very rational touch points that I think every consumer can appreciate. And over the years, we continue to inject new things into the brand. So performance, more pleasurable driving experience, amazing form-fitting seats, the things, the very tactile experience. So a more emotional side to the brand is what you're feeling now.
The quality, we speak of it as a jewel quality, but now safety has always been paramount as part of Lexus. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's a great time to talk about safety, actually. With the birth of the new RX and some of our other products for 2016, we have a new Lexus safety system package, and it's an array of items like a pre-collision system and a radar cruise control system, automatic high beams, and so on. They frankly used to cost thousands, and we're going to put them in our newest products now at a cost of under $650. So safety remains, you know, paramount in our calculation.
Okay, now let's talk about the RX.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be unveiled, but our viewers are going to be treated to some special video that we're going to include. But right now, as we speak, I haven't seen it. You're going to have to tell us about it.
So RX takes just a huge leap forward. This is the 4th generation of RX. And you know, RX is a tremendous seller, not just in the US, but around the world for Lexus. For some, it's even the icon of the brand, I think. So RX has had 3 generations that made kind of small moves. Each time it was a better and better and better RX. This is kind of a big leap forward. We're really fast forwarding on the RX, not just in the way it looks, but in the way it drives. So we've beefed up the power plants, completely revised, the suspension tuning, all new body, all new interior, very dynamic shape and a very dynamic feel. I think you'll love it.
We invite our viewers to come to the New York International Auto Show and visit Lexus. I've said this to you previous years because I've known you for a number of years. The finish on a Lexus is unequal by any of the other manufacturers. You guys have it down, but that's just the outer skin. It follows internally.
It's more than just skin deep, right? The beauty is within on our products, I think, and the reliability, I think, really bears that out.
Well, congratulations to Lexus, and thank you for being part of this great auto show. It wouldn't be the same without you.
It's a fabulous show for us, and I appreciate you coming by.
And you keep bringing us surprises.
Always something new for you.
The New York International Auto Show.
We've got something special to show you. You know of TVs and vehicles, but check this out. This is a Mercedes, and you have this whole rear compartment with a beautiful large screen TV, and I think that's an espresso maker down there. And look at these seats. Haven't seen anything like that before. This is really a cool way to travel. Mercedes is making news, and I'm with Brandon Cote, who's here, who you had a big announcement earlier today, but this is a world of announcements that Mercedes is famous for.
It is. And this is for us, it's really the year of the SUV. And today we announced the all-new GLE and the AMG variant, the GLE 63 S model as well.
Well, looking at all the press that's been around this beautiful vehicle today, this is really big news. Tell us, what's it all about?
Yeah, so this is a new model for us. So it's a replacement of what used to be the ML, which was really the first luxury SUV ever, right? And the AMG variant was the first sport SUV ever, true sports car inspired SUV. And here we have the latest iteration of that vehicle, the GLE 63S model. This vehicle features the traditional one-man, one-engine philosophy that all AMGs follow. It has 577 horsepower with a 0 to 60 about 4.2 seconds.
Well, we're Hamptons Television. Our Hamptons audience here in New York loves luxury and loves safety also, and you incorporate that also.
Of course, Mercedes-Benz is really a pioneer when it comes to the safety systems, and we incorporate all of our intelligent drive systems into this vehicle as well. Things such as our Collision Prevention Assist Plus, which has full autonomous braking to prevent the vehicle from getting into an accident, our Distronic Plus system, which can with lane keeping assist, which can monitor the speed of the vehicles in front of you and to the side of you to avoid accidents. It's really, our goal is to end accidents by the year 2030, and I think we're on the path to lead the way to do so.
Wow, that is an accomplishment. I've never heard it.
We haven't done it yet, but I think we will.
But that is a goal. That is really amazing. That is amazing. Can we take a little look around?
Yeah, please. So you see here, the vehicle is outfitted with gorgeous 21-inch wheels. Interior is all new design.
Oh, wow.
With a carbon fiber trim, our beautiful porcelain exclusive Napa leather with the black upper dashboard, black carpeting. Incorporates all the latest technologies into the vehicle with our Mercedes-Benz apps, full Wi-Fi. We're also going to be introducing for 2016 our app where you can really unlock the car from your phone. You can start the vehicle from your phone. So really on the forefront of technology.
That is amazing how the phone now has become incorporated. It's all coming into one.
Absolutely. We really see the future where you won't need a key for a vehicle anymore, right? You'll have your mobile device will be your everything. It'll be your phone, it'll be your personal assistant, it'll be the key to your vehicle, it'll be the key to your home. One device for all items.
We've come to expect the outstanding from Mercedes, and you guys definitely have kept up to that with these reveals here today at the New York International Auto Show. Can we talk a little bit about the auto show and what this place and this event means to Mercedes?
Yeah, I mean, this is our home show, right? So our home office is located just outside New York City, so this is our home show, and of course, New York's the greatest city in the world, right? So there's really an excitement here at this show that you don't quite get at other auto shows. So we always make sure to bring some of our best products, our newest products here, and we have a huge onslaught at this show as well. In addition to this vehicle, the GLE 63, we also announced the new Smart vehicle, and we also announced the all-new G65, which I'm sure will have many orders for in the Hamptons.
We've got something equally special for us to see.
Yeah, so this is really very, very special. The G-Class is the godfather of all SUVs, and here we're proud to announce for the first time, bringing to the U.S. market, the AMG G65, the 12-cylinder version of the vehicle with 621 horsepower, 783 pound-feet of torque. This vehicle is the pinnacle of exclusivity and performance combined.
The pinnacle of exclusivity, and I believe it. I mean, looking at the creation, the fit. We're going to take a little look inside here.
Yeah, the inside.
How do you, just open it here?
Absolutely.
Wow. Look at this as we swing around.
So in the interior here we have this beautiful full exclusive Napa interior with a black upper dash with the brown stitching which matches the brown seats as well, the saddle colored seats. You notice on the door inserts with the black leather, we actually do a carbon fiber imprint into the leather to give a great attention to detail and depth to the leather. Only available on the G65 are floor mats, the thick pile floor mat, the Designo floor mat with the trim of it done in the same brown Napa leather. This is really for the customer, the discerning customer who wants something that's really special, unique, and not everyone can have.
Well, it's in a class of its own.
It is. It absolutely is. There's really nothing in the market that competes with this vehicle. And when you look at the price point in excess of $200,000, it's quite exclusive.
This is amazing. And the evolution of this line.
Yeah, so the G-Class was originally built for military purposes.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's originally a military vehicle, and you can really see that in the design of the vehicle. And we haven't changed it much over the years, right? It is such an iconic vehicle in the market. And listen, isn't that a great sound, right? It's this nice, heavy vehicle. It's safe. Nothing else can perform like it. And it truly is built for off-roading. It's not an SUV that's built to be on the road necessarily, but the drivability is outstanding. And of course, the storage in the back.
Oh, wow. Wow. That is massive.
Great storage. Beautiful appointments. Of course, AMG logo everywhere. Diamond stitching, even on the rear door. No stones left unturned here.
In a class of its own. This is fantastic.
Just like you.
Well, well, we're Hamptons TV. We're the one and only.
Absolutely.
But Mercedes-Benz, we're so thrilled that you guys are here, and AMG is represented so ably.
Yes,
we're
thank
wishing
you for coming.
a great show. You always bring good treats for us here at the New York International Auto
try.
Show.
The New York International Auto Show.
we love coming to BMW. And this is David Butchko.
Dave Butchko, that's right.
Dave, you are the man who knows everything there is to know about BMW.
Well,
and congratulations.
I don't know about everything, but
I heard you got a promotion too. You're leaving the East Coast.
I am leaving the East Coast to the West Coast. Yes, so I'm looking forward to that. I mean, I love New York, but after this winter, I'm kind of ready for a change.
Well, there are a lot of us in that category that wish we were following you to California.
Right.
But BMW and what you're bringing to the New York International Auto Show. Now, this is a very interesting, beautiful vehicle you have here,
right.
But it's an interesting story.
It's a really interesting story. Well, first of all, the New York Auto Show really is our home show, since BMW of North America, our headquarters is across the river in New Jersey. So this is a very special show for us. And this is a show where we're celebrating a number of milestones. So, for example, this is the 40th anniversary of the founding of BMW of North America as a subsidiary of the company. 40 years ago, we sold 19,000 cars. Last year, we sold about 300,000 cars in the United States. So things have come a long way. We're also celebrating the 40th anniversary of our first big motorsports win here in the United States with the 12 Hours of Sebring, which was 40 years ago in March. So, almost to the day. Also, we're celebrating the 50th anniversary of a company called BMW Alpina. And what BMW Alpina does is they create very specialized, limited versions of individual specific BMW models. And their latest is right here, the BMW Alpina B6 Grand Coupe. It's based on our 4-door 6 Series Coupe, but they take the engine and they modify it. So this beautiful car under this wonderful hood is 600 horsepower, 600 pounds-feet of torque. This car will go from 0 to 60 in 3.6 seconds and has a top speed of 200 miles per hour.
Wow, wow. The DNA is there. You have BMW and Alpina.
Absolutely.
And this is available for those who wish to purchase this vehicle. It is available from their local BMW dealer.
Any BMW dealer in the United States can get you one of these cars if you want it. Absolutely.
And now Alpina has a very rich history, as you mentioned, but
yes.
We can actually show our viewers an example of...
Sure. Well, they started out making race cars and involved in racing in Europe. This is one of their race cars. It's a 2002 Ti from 1970. This is a car that raced in Europe, and this is we've now returned it to its original livery. So this is basically exactly how it looked when it raced.
That distinctive BMW logo.
Indeed. Yes, it's another part of the heritage, something that's changed somewhat over the years, but it is still the same symbol that we've used for nearly 100 years.
How does BMW view themselves as a company? I mean, what is their expression, their voice?
Well, you know what? One of the things that we're also celebrating here, of course, is the 40th anniversary of our tagline, our slogan, if you will, the ultimate driving machine, which we have used uninterrupted for 40 years now. And that isn't just an advertising slogan for us. It really does ground the company so that whatever we make, whether it's something like this from 40 years ago, or a new car like the BMW Alpina B6, or even our i-brand vehicles like the i8, this wonderful plug-in hybrid sports car that uses a combination of electric motor and a small gasoline engine. Whether it's this car or even our all-electric BMW i3, everything about the cars are true to that core of BMW and the ultimate driving machine. So whatever it is, that's what makes the car special. Regardless of the technology or where it fits in the lineup, there's still that part of it.
I mean, that door,
Right. The door is very special. Well, and you can see as he's looking around the camera, you can see that part of what makes this car so special, and this is true for the i3 as well, but the passenger cell of the car is all made of carbon fiber reinforced plastic, which makes it very strong and very light. And even the door is made, you can see, of carbon fiber reinforced plastic to make them very light. So when you lift that gull wing door, there's no motor or anything helping to lift it. It's just the fact that it's so easy to do because it is so light.
for someone who owns a BMW, you have to smile every day because you have performance, you have this youthful power, yet safety is always something that's foremost in BMW.
Yes, safety is always a key driver in everything we do, but we look at it from 2 points of view because there are many aspects of these cars that make them wonderful to drive. They're very agile, the steering is very responsive, which makes them fun to drive, but also it means that in an emergency, if you have to change lanes quickly, the car reacts in a very predictable manner, which is so that not only is that fun, but it also helps with the safety, or things like anti-lock brakes, or traction control systems. All those kinds of things help to make the car safer to drive to avoid the eventuality of an accident.
And let's look, before we leave this beautiful row,
yes,
let's talk about this beautiful addition.
This is another really unusual dimension in the development of BMW and the ultimate driving machine, but it shows the fact that while the company is very respectful of its heritage, we don't allow it to limit us in terms of what we can do. So this is a pure electric car. Again, carbon fiber construction used throughout. It'll go about 80 miles on a single charge. It's made very compact, so it's perfectly meant for a city like New York. It's meant for large urban centers, so it's compact. It's easily maneuverable to get around and easy to park. Everything about the car, though, and sustainability is also part of the core of BMW. And so when you look around the interior of a car like the i3, you'll see a lot of sustainable materials, materials made of hemp. You'll see recycled materials inside the car. You'll see eucalyptus wood in the wood trim, because eucalyptus wood grows very quickly, so it's not a slow growth wood, so it's very highly sustainable. Even things like the leather upholstery in a car like this or the BMW i8, the dye we use to tan the hides of the leather to get that wonderful brown finish is made from dye that uses extract of olive leaves. So the post-processing, when they press olives into make olive oil, all the stuff that's left over,
they recycle
it and they turn that into a dye, and they use that dye to tan the leather hides in the cars.
A detail that is
everything about the car is done with sustainability in mind.
You represent BMW very well.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to do.
A premier company, and we're so thrilled that you're part of this New York International Auto Show.
Well, like I said, this is our home show, so we're always happy to be here.
The New York International Auto Show, now through April 12th at the Javits Center. 1 million square feet of spectacular fun, amazing experiences, and over 1,000 incredible cars. Feel the electrifying excitement of the city's most thrilling event, the New York International Auto Show, the largest auto show in the country. Now through April 12th at the Javits Center. Buy tickets at the door or at autoshowny.com.
Joining us today. It's great to be here. Of course, everyone says, I love New York. But at Infiniti, we really mean it. 1 out of every 5 Infinitis sold in the United States is sold right here in the New York metro area. So on behalf of Infiniti, thank you, New York.
The New York International Auto Show.
This is the XC90 Volvo, and you can see this is the plug for the electrical connection. But let's take a look inside. We've all become accustomed with Volvo for their safety features. It's an unbelievable vehicle that's been debuted here at the New York International Auto Show. The XC90 in the SUV class. Beautiful finish. And excellent appointments. This is also a Volvo XC90, but look at this finish, different from some of the other vehicles that we've seen today. Real style. Let's take a look inside. Beautiful cockpit, everything laid out, and everyone knows Volvo is big on safety. So this is great to see the Volvo XC90 here at the New York International Auto Show.
The New York International Auto Show.
Jerry Spahn of Rolls-Royce, you're going to take us for a ride.
Oh, welcome to the New York Auto Show, and I'm glad you guys stopped by the Rolls-Royce.
So glad I know you. This way you can bring all of our viewers for a little bit of a tour. And Rolls-Royce, what else has to be said?
Well, what's fantastic is the New York Show this year has given us an opportunity to introduce a new car, and that's Wraith inspired by film. And this car is a stunningly beautiful car. It's not a car that's going to go in a film, but it's inspired by the history. Rolls-Royces have been in films for the past 100 years, from the Great Gatsby films to probably the most iconic one was the Rolls-Royce and Goldfinger, Thomas Crown Affair, and we wanted to kind of celebrate that, and that's when we developed the design cues for this particular Wraith.
And Rolls-Royce loves the New York Auto Show.
Oh, the New York Auto Show is one of the premier global auto shows. This is one of our key areas to come to every year because it's one of our key markets in North America. And it's a great place to come and show people what we're doing today, what we're looking to do in the future, also to get some feedback from our owners, potential owners, and other people in the industry.
Well, this is so beautiful. Please, give us a tour.
Well, some of the features on Wraith inspired by film are touches that give homage to the silver screen. If you look obviously on the exterior, we have a two-tone silver. We have a silver top and a Jubilee silver underbody. You also, on the interior, we've done...
Greg is going to be walking around, but we want to point to your...
Well, actually, yes. And one of the things that's really beautiful about this particular model is the solid cast silver Spirit of Ecstasy. The Spirit of Ecstasy is the iconic badge of Rolls-Royce. It's a very romantic story that goes back to the founding of the company. It's actually modeled after a real woman. She was a muse of one of the founders of Rolls-Royce motor cars. So it's endured over the history of the company. It adorns every single Rolls-Royce motor car, and it's the one thing that embodies the spirit. It's easily recognizable, immediately recognizable.
And this one, as you said, is special because it's solid.
It's solid silver.
Wow.
And the film package comes solid silver. Again, it's a very subtle, luxurious homage to the silver screen.
Wow, wow.
Now, when we look on the inside of the car, we have anthracite leather. It's the first time we've ever done an interior. The leather is actually black. But it's been tanned in a way that gives it multi-hues. It's different colors, the anthracite and the gray leather. We've never used it before. We take 8 to 10 custom cowhides per car, all to very, very exacting specifications. They're all drum tan, and we create the highest quality leather interior. What you also see on the car is you see the woodwork. It's a cross-cut Canada woodwork with an aluminum inlay. It's an open pour. It's a very classic look. This is the first time we've used this on a car. It's unique to this car. The tan piping highlights are unique, and the leather floor mats are something we feel that definitely gives it that whole classic silver screen feel. So
second to none. Whenever anyone talks about the instrumentation, the appointments, the wood, Rolls-Royce is above and beyond. You guys have made a whole religion out of how to do it.
Well, the beauty of Rolls-Royce is that it's subtlety and it's luxury. You know, it's not a glaring in your face. When you look at the car, when you sit in the car, when you drive the car, it's an effortless performance. It's not a sports car. It's certainly not a whole lot of utility about it. It's all about having an effortless luxury experience.
And an investment that does not depreciate.
No, it's today as we bring new Rolls-Royces to market, we're creating new vintage cars that you will see in the collectors' collections over the next 20, 50, 100 years. And personally, I'm very interested in looking to the future as to which of these cars are going to be the most sought-after collectibles 50 years from now. Of course, I hope to be around for that, but that's the beauty of the Rolls-Royce brand. We're a 100-year-old brand. We've been reinvigorated since the relaunch in 2003 with 21st century technology, and I think it's going to be fabulous to look and see where we end up 50 years from now.
Well, if history is any judge, Sherry, your company and your company product line has always held up to that standard that's second to none. And anyone who knows Rolls-Royce, anyone who's had the opportunity to ride in a Rolls-Royce, right, you know it's something spectacular.
Well, it's a standard that our owners set, and that we must continue to strive to deliver. That's what's important. It comes from the owners.
From the owners. Now, we're here at the New York International Auto Show. You guys are going to be here.
We'll be here for the show. We'd like to have people come visit the stand, take a look at the cars. We're interested in what everyone thinks of the product, and we want them to know that we have a new, modern yet classic feel, and that's why we have Wraith inspired by film to pay homage to our long history. It's a modern interpretation on our classic presence.
Well, thank you for this special look. Rolls-Royce, years and years to come, you'll always be the leader, and it's because of guys like yourself and a company that doesn't stop at giving the best to its customers and its public.
Well, we appreciate you coming by.
Thanks for the ride.
The New York International Auto Show.
The New York Auto Show will be here at the Javits Center until April 12th. Stay with WVVH-TV for continued coverage. For WVVH, I'm Ernie Shimizi.
The New York International Auto Show, now through April 12th at the Javits Center. 1 million square feet of spectacular fun, amazing experiences, and over 1,000 incredible cars. Feel the electrifying excitement of the city's most thrilling event, the New York International Auto Show, the largest auto show in the country. Now through April 12th at the Javits Center. Buy tickets at the door or at autoshowny.com.